Today's Tanks Vlog, May 26, 2017, wrapping up the day in sports. As we head into Memorial Day weekend, we are hitting the first mile marker in the baseball season, 162 games. It's right now when you start wondering what direction the team is going. It's right around 50 games for most teams, and this is the key moment, the first mile marker. One team that's starting to get things together, it looks like, is the Boston Red Sox, who at the beginning of the week were mired around 500 with rumors that manager John Farrell was going to be fired by the end of the week. But they've won 5 straight. They're starting to play good baseball. They're starting to look like the team that most expected them to be, as they were the favorites to win the American League East. They've now moved into second place, just 2 games behind the Yankees. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Orioles are going in the other direction, losing their last 5 games. To slip into third. 4 of the 5 teams in that division are now above 500, with the Rays winning 3 straight, and even the Toronto Blue Jays, who started off miserably, are starting to get things together at 22 and 26 with their 4th straight win on Friday. The Central in the American League sees the surprising Minnesota Twins still on top, with the Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians still haven't quite clicked yet. I mean, most people expected the Indians after their World Series to get things going, but they're just a few games above 500, and they haven't yet quite gotten on a roll. I still think the Indians are going to class that division and will eventually take over the Twins, but it just hasn't happened yet, and the Twins, who after losing 100 games last year, are sitting 25 and 19. They might be in it for the long haul. They might at least make a solid run at the wild card. The Tigers, their bullpen has been a disaster, almost as much of a disaster as the Mets. They're a few games below 500. Same with the White Sox, and the Royals just can't seem to get anything going either. Out west, the American League West is over. The division has almost been decided, barring a disastrous collapse by the Astros. They're just going to run away and hide. 33 and 16 is the Astros record. They are clearly right now the best team in baseball. They got solid pitching, even with Dallas Keuchel recently going on the disabled list. Their hitting is clicking. Everything looks strong for a big season for the Houston Astros. The rest of that division has just been mediocre. The Angels are below 500. The Rangers, they get above 500, then they fall back below 500. They've just been too up and down, the Rangers. The A's, they're just going to fade eventually. They're a couple of games below 500 now. Eventually, you're going to see them just fade out of this. And the Seattle Mariners have just been a major disappointment. They've had some injury issues. Felix Hernandez had to be shut down with a dead arm. I mean, I really thought the Mariners are really going to make some noise this year, but they have just been dead in the water for the first 2 months. Moving on to the National League, the Washington Nationals, they're going to run away and hide with the National League East, which top to bottom is the worst division in baseball. The Braves have played solid baseball, but they're still a few games below 500. The Mets, well, more on them later, but they've been just a giant disappointment. The Marlins are terrible, and the Phillies currently have the worst record in baseball, and there could be 3 teams at least losing 90 games in that division. That's bad. In the Central, the Cubs are starting to look like the team that you expected after they won the World Series last year. You know, you kind of expected there to be a little bit of a World Series hangover. I mean, they lost tonight to the Dodgers. But I think eventually the Cubs will put enough together and get that division. The Brewers are starting to come back to earth. They've lost their 5th straight tonight. So, they're a little bit of fool's gold. The Cardinals, they're going to probably hang in it, but they're just right now above just a little above 500. The Reds are just a little under 500. I just don't see the Reds staying in it for long term, and the Pirates are just a mess. I saw the Pirates firsthand tonight. It's just been, their offense is just bad. The loss of Starling Marte, and I don't understand what's happened to Andrew McCutchen. This guy was on the verge of being a star for years, but he's just been dreadful this year. He's been one of the worst hitters in baseball. Out west, you got the Colorado Rockies. They're flying high. They're the best team in the National League. And you got the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've played terrific baseball. They've won 5 straight. They're just one game behind the Rockies. And the Dodgers, they're playing good baseball. These 3 teams are playing terrific baseball. The National League West might be one of the toughest divisions of baseball. You might see 3 playoff teams come out there with the 2 wild cards in the National League. I mean, that's at least how it stands right now. The Giants, they were starting to play better, but now they've lost 4 in a row, and the Padres are just hopeless. I mean, notwithstanding their 2 wins at Citi Field, this is a bad baseball club. They're 18-32. I'll be surprised if the Padres don't lose in the high 90s or even get to 100. For my Mets wrap-up tonight, not anything to complain about. Jacob deGrom continues to show why he's the top pitcher on this team. And I said that for the Mets to win today, he had to go 9. Well, he almost went 9. He went 8 in the third. Got some good hitting from Neil Walker. The Pirates, as I said earlier, they just look dead in the water right now. The less the Mets use their bullpen, the better off they are. Finally, Rafael Montero is gone. Viva Las Vegas, Rafael. Viva Las Vegas. And that's what you have to do. And one thing I liked that I heard tonight about the Mets is they're now having their pitchers throw more between starts. This is what the Braves did. You know, enough of this babying these pitchers. They wanted to protect the pitchers from injury, but doing so, they still got injured. Just have them go out there, throw their innings, throw as many innings as they can, and then when the ball starts sailing up and it starts getting hit hard, or they start losing their spot, then you take them out of the game. Terry Collins just manages too robotically, and that's what his major problem is. And that's what the Mets need to start doing. And then I think less weightlifting and more throwing. That's what the Braves did. That's what they did. What they had Maddox, Smoltz, Glavine, and for the most part, they never had any injury issues. Smoltz did have a Tommy John surgery, but Glavine and Maddox were healthy their entire careers. Nolan Ryan never had arm issues. Tom Seaver never had arm issues. And they threw. And I think this folly of babying pitchers and innings limits has to cease. Has to stop. Just have them throw. That's it for now. Good day.